Live from the Cactus Creek at Ibri, he is the king of prime time, Ghana's undisputed entertainment laureate, and still the youngest old man in Ghana. Put your hands together, show some love for the indefatigable KSM.
It's the KSM Show.
In this world, sometimes people do things that are their own calling, different things. Let me set a few examples. For example, Reverend Father Campbell, those of you who know him, he has devoted his whole life to taking care of lepers and people who suffer from leprosy. Father Campbell has made that his life mission. I know one other guy, I think it's called Mr. Donko. He also has a mission of spending time with those who have suffered from burns, fire burns, and things like that. And the person I'm talking to, he sort of has devoted his life to taking care of those who have been involved in accidents, major accidents, traumatic accidents. He comes to you, he has a foundation now, we'll get the name later, and I'll give it to you with a number, that when you have an accident, in case you can call them, they come to your aid, help with hospitalization, fees and things, but we'll get to that. But let me introduce my guest, man. His name is Reverend Cyril Crabbe. Reverend Cyril, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, KSM. It's good to be here.
For me, it's very comfortable to be talking to a Reverend Awashe t-shirt, You're not wearing any stiff collar. Reverend, wait a second. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we shall begin our interview. So folks, stick around. We're taking a short commercial break. When we come back, Reverend Cyril Crabbe is in the house. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Folks, first of all, let me thank all of you who attended the Father's Day event at Cactus Creek. Now you're talk. We had fun. Let me say thank you and thank you again to all who attended the major event there. And let me warn you, stand by. Republic Day is coming. 1st July. Trust me, there'll be action at Cactus Creek, and I'll be telling you more. Let me say a big thank you to Kwampa, Andrew, Metawasi. You guys were fantastic. I wish anybody who wants to do any event, please call Kwampa. They will make the event a thrill. Thank you very much, Kwampa.
Cactus Creek. It is no longer Ghana's best kept secret. It's an open secret. So serene, so heavenly. And the meals? Just like home cooking. Cactus Creek. Your soul will thank you. Call or WhatsApp 055-039-5007.
Listen to this. Studying in Canada and the US, you need to take some tests, GMAT, TOEFL, and all these tests. There's a technique and a formula to understand, take, and pass the test. And the only company that has the most or the highest number of Ghanaian students studying in the Canada and US is the FX Hub. They have passed excellence. And everybody who has gone through FX Hub has found the school, top Ivy League school in the US and in Canada. And the number to call them is 0244 829 955. 0244 829 955. FX Hub, your education destination.
Louisa. Azipa Essentials has good news for you. If you're in Takoradi and its environs, don't worry. You can pick up Azipa Essentials jackets at Ruler Unisex Boutique in Anaji, Takoradi, Queen of Peace in Takofo Road. Call or WhatsApp 0544 548766.
Pulse Fitness Center, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana. Meet the indefatigable captain.
There are 3 things that I love doing. Number 1, workout. Number 2, workout. Number 3, workout. Workout put mind, soul, and body together.
The captain has spoken.
We're getting busy. Bright lights, yeah, they make me dizzy. Logo liggy. I just want the Lizzie. It's a logo liggy. Uptown chasing for the Lizzie. Downtown, everybody busy. Logo liggy. Life be logo liggy. I just want the
Paul's Fitness Center, East Legon Branch, Lizzie Sports Complex, Cotton Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana, 0302 519 675. Kumasi branches, Officers Mess Branch, Denyame, Major Kobina Drive, Kumasi, 0541 871 602. Golden Tulip, Kumasi City Branch, Rain Tree Street, 0322 492 647. Paul's, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana.
say what lie we for run town.
The KSM Show.
We are back. Reverend, welcome one more time to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very excited to be here today. I'm overly excited. Let me say overly excited.
That's cool. That's cool. But you have a very interesting story, Reverend, because you've sort of made it a life mission to take care of accident victims. That is not a joke. I mean, even sometimes seeing people in accidents is very traumatizing. So let me start by this. What was it that triggered you to get involved to help people in serious accident cases?
Okay, thank you very much, and greetings to all cherished viewers. I have a passion for supporting people, giving to people, and I have a passion also for visiting traumatized people, to say the least. So I've been going to the hospitals as a pastor who have been called to give and building a church or a giving family. When we go to the hospitals, we see these crash victims. But the Lord wanted me to focus on crash victims alone. So I remember at the hospital, I prayed for a little boy about 9 months, thereabouts, who were involved in an accident. At the time,
a little boy who had been a victim of an accident, a little boy?
Yes.
But how old?
Yes. 9 months. 9 months.
9 months?
Yes, 9 months. Yes, and the parents were in another hospital. He was also in another hospital with oxygen on him. And so I went closer to the victim and then I prayed for him. So coming back to the house, it becomes a picture, an image that, so these people who support them, when they are in such situations. So we went back giving to them. But in 2009, I was involved in an accident myself. And
2009?
So, 2009, 16th
Okay.
October. 16th October, yes. And I was taken to Kolebu. In fact, I went off because I came outside from the car, the windscreen. So if you watch my face very well, there are scratches on my face. So coming back to life, I saw these accident victims at the OPD.
Let me get it right. So they sent all of the accident victims to the OPD?
Yes, every accident. So 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009, 10 and 11, that is where the accident kept on going up. It was
I'm talking about your particular case.
Yes,
they sent you to emergency or OPD? When
outpatient department.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're there with all the patients?
Yes, all the patients are there.
Okay.
Yes, and at the time at Kolebu, that place is very much congested, and the accident was also going up. So everybody that gets into an accident is brought there, and some of the place Some of them are treated there and discharged. Some of them too are treated and taken to the wards, the various wards. That is a surgical, medical. They know where to put you. You know. So I was there, and I came back, and I realized there were a lot of people there. And so I was like, no, let me go and help them. It was there they told me that you yourself, you are a victim. Then I saw blood all over my face.
Okay,
Yes.
so as a victim, you were with all the patients.
Yes.
And as you're coming to consciousness, you thought, let me get up and help them.
Exactly.
And told you, hey, wait a minute, you yourself are a patient. So what happened?
Yeah, so as they told me I'm a victim, I should look. In fact, they are yet to even take care of me, to treat me. So I saw the blood and then the glass particles on my face. Then I was taken aback to just settle down. After treatment, I came back to the house and it became a burden to now support these people and to pray against the crashes. So after I gained my health back, I went to the streets and started the National All Drivers Prayer and Road Safety Summit. You know, so it was through that, yes. And with the National All Drivers Prayer and Road Safety Summit, we give the drivers education, road safety, and then we pray against the road crashes with drivers, by drivers, and for drivers.
So you form an association of drivers?
No, and we form a team where we go to the stations.
Oh, okay. You go to the station as a team to educate the drivers.
To educate the drivers on road safety, to minimize or prevent the road crashes. And then after that, we pray with them because we believe there's an iota of spirituality involved. You know, so we pray with them. And
so what kind of discussions were you having with the drivers when you go as a team? What did you tell them? Drive carefully, or what was some of the things you were trying to?
At the time, it was not grown like this that we'll be wearing a t-shirt that have a message. So we were looking at what they think is the cause of the problem. So we give them that kind of education. So at the time in the 2007, 2008, 2009, the accident, I remember there was one accident at Kwewu, and about 19 people died. 25 people are dead. You know, so it became a national issue where we are discussing it. So we depended more on the prayer, but we collaborated with the National Road Safety Authority to come along with us so that we will go and then we would give them the education. So it's about drink driving, reckless driving, wrongful overtaking, as we still do now, over speeding, you know, keep your eyes on the road. Yes.
Okay. Quickly, when you met with the drivers and you're trying to tell them things that they can do to minimize road accidents, what kind of feedback were you getting from them? What did they say, in their view, was the cause of all these rampant accidents?
In fact, for the drivers, their main problem is one, the non-functioning of the traffic lights. And two, the bad roads. The third one, you will love it. And you know the third one already.
Which is?
The third one, they are the police.
The police? The police are the cause of accidents?
Of course. You know, and the reason is that simple. Sometimes they know the police will take their money, one. Sometimes they know they don't have the requisite requirement to drive, that is license, roadworthy, or the insurance. But they are going to meet this police and they have to part with some money. So sometimes some of them, due to, if they don't have what they don't have the document, they have to sometimes drive away. The police will leave them watching on. Sometimes they have to pause through the harassment, they pay something, you know, or they'll have to pass another route. You know, at the time, that was the concerns we were getting. And even now, it's still there, if I'm not afraid to say.
So I want to get this right. So the drivers were complaining that some of their concerns was that the police were stopping them and checking their papers. That was a bother for them.
The police were on the road to check their papers. Yes, so it becomes a problem to them sometimes.
So, Revo, instead of them making sure they have the right papers, They rather have the wrong person and they are worried about the police checking them.
Exactly.
Then the police was not the problem. They were the problem.
That is their mindset. That is their mindset.
But in their mind, is the police causing them? I see.
Exactly. Sometimes the police, they know they have to pay money, and they don't have it. Sometimes you'll be harassed. Sometimes the police will have to arrest them.
Yeah. Okay.
Once they are going on the road, then the discussion will start. How much do you have? If I take you, you pay more. So why would you pay half? I mean, it's a discussion even up to today that goes on. And it's sometimes a worry to them. It's also another worry about let me just say it, the process. Okay, you don't have license. Can you park your car, go and do your license and come for it? You don't have a roadworthy, go and do the roadworthy and come for your car. You don't have, one or two, go and get them and come. But to them, the police will impound the car. It will be taken from them, they'll be taken to court. All of these harassment sometimes is a problem onto them. And that is also a part of the accidents that we are seeing on our roads.
Because they don't have the right kind of cars on the roads.
It has happened to me
brakes. Yeah.
It has happened to me before. You see, my car was impounded for 1 week. And I have to go and pay 2,000 Ghana cedi.
What was it impounded for? What was the reason?
Driving on the shoulder of the road. Okay. Meanwhile, they say that my car is faulty. In fact, I have one of the baddest cars, which I don't have anymore, though.
But it's not their fault. If you're driving on the shoulder of the road, that one is your fault. So,
as somebody who is helping Ghana to prevent accidents, I mean, driving on the shoulder of the road with hazard, you should understand and consider the Reverend Minister who is also preventing road accidents or educating drivers. You should consider me, but they took 2,000 for my
Reverend Pacho, this is what they beg. I don't think that because you are trying to enforce the law means it's okay to break the law.
I understand.
That part, I beg to differ. Even though I can understand you think it was urgent and you had to use the shoulder, but at the same time, they can harass you for breaking the law. But
the car was faulty. Actually, the car was faulty and they saw it. They saw that the car was faulty. Yeah. So I was saying that since they are seeing that the car was faulty, they should at least pardon me. But they said, no, IGP that will not look at that. So they have to take my 2,000 out of me. But it has really put me now. I'm very careful now these days. I don't want any police harassment.
No, I understand you. I understand the predicament you are in, but I really understand the rules that they were following too. But let's move on. So you have had a chance to come across many accident cases. You actually started this called the Accidents Victims Support Foundation.
Yes, foundation.
Yeah. And this is generally something that you have come up with to help support accident victims?
The victims, yes.
So people call you when they have accidents?
Yes.
How does your thing work?
Yes. So sometimes they call when the accident occurs, they call us. And then sometimes also the National Road Safety Authority directs that we should intervene. And sometimes also the police even ask the victims to call us. Sometimes the hospital that they find themselves in, they also call us. Like I said, we've visited almost 7 trauma hospitals in Ghana. We visited the entire country from Accra to Bolga, supporting victims, yes. So anytime the accident occurs, and there are very vulnerable victims that need help or needs an intervention, they call us to go and help.
Yeah. What kind of help you? Because I would think that if it's an accident situation, they probably need nurses and doctors and emergency equipment, medication. When they call you, what kind of help are you bringing? Why would they call you? What kind of accident case will they review and say, this one day we have to call Reverend Cyril and his group?
Yes, the nurses treat them. The nurses make sure that they are resuscitated, they are brought back to life, their injuries are taken care of, bandages and all that, they are kept in the ward. But some of them financially, it's a problem. They can't even afford a crutch. They can't afford Zimmer frame. They can't afford wheelchair, etc., etc. So to those that cannot afford those things, They call us to donate some.
Okay. No, I'm beginning to understand better. So when they treat the accident victims, and after a while, when they realize that the accident victims need further assistance, they can fall on you.
Then they fall on us. Yes, then they fall on us. And like I said, very vulnerable ones, those who cannot afford these recovery aids, like I mentioned. Yes, they can't afford them. Some also they can't afford their surgeries, and sometimes the discharge, when they are being discharged from the hospital or they have been treated and they have to be discharged. We have victims who are called discharged but detained. They are treated, discharged, but they are detained
because they haven't paid.
They have not paid their hospital expenses.
So how does your foundation come up with money and assistance for these people? How?
Yes. We try our best to talk to individuals, benevolent individuals like yourself. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. Today we are here, and you've seen how I approached you. That is one. Two, we also try to do advocacy programs where we advocate on road safety. We also educate drivers on preventative measures to curb the crashes on our roads. And so by so doing, when we write for sponsorship to the various insurance companies, they come on board, and the sponsorship they give to us, we use 30% of the sponsorship to support crash victims. And sometimes also we write for funds or in the area of recovery aids, that is wheelchairs, depending on the request that we have across the country. So we write that we need this number of wheelchairs, crutches, Zimmer frame, bandages, and arm sling. So when we write, some benevolent companies listen to us and give us what they can give. Maybe 3 wheelchairs.
Who are some of the companies that help? Let's pick them up. Who are some of the companies that support these things? Give me a few names so that at least we can celebrate them.
Thank you very much. National Insurance Commission is one. They are now our partners.
Okay.
That every year they support our program. Ghana Insurance Association also supports us every year. For the past 3 years, they have been on board. And then Enterprise Insurance. Enterprise Insurance. In fact, Enterprise Insurance, I salute them. God bless Enterprise Insurance. Every year they request for our letter to support us. They have been calling to say, accident victim support, can we have your letter for the year? They call us. Then once in a while we have Cyril on board. Once in a while we have a Vanguard on board. Once in a while. And then DVLA, Dr. Buzia, he also has been meeting periodically with us to see how best they can also support us. So these companies have been on board, and then some families as well. That's the Obuaban family.
They constantly support you. What's the name of the family? Obuaban family.
Yes, Obuaban family. Yes. Actually, Olivia Mamele Obuaban is my vice president. Their pictures are up there. If you can just yes.
Okay. No worries. We'll show them clearly on the screen, so they'll get to see them. Yeah.
Yes.
So they are constantly supporting. Yeah.
Yes. So through her, the family has been supporting, and then Mr. Kofi Osei is also in the US. He has also taken it up to support victims. Anytime we have a request, we give it to them. They support. Yes. So these families have been on board. It's just recently the Methodist Church saw the need that they need to support. They have to support. So I met with the presiding bishop, Dr. Paul Buafo of the Methodist Church, who also expressed worry. In fact, he has expressed worry about the issue, and he thinks that It's about time government.
Great. I'm going to take a commercial break. Okay. And for those of you who have just joined us, I'm talking to Reverend Cyril Crabbe. He has chosen himself as an advocate for accident victims. And please, the things that he does, totally amazing. And the show is really to reach out to all of us Ghanaians to support him the best we can. When we come back from the break, we'll talk about more of cases that they are encountering and how best you can reach out and help them as well. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Folks, first of all, let me thank all of you who attended the Father's Day event at this week. Now you're tough. Oh, we had fun. Let me say thank you and thank you again to all who attended the major event there. And let me warn you, stand by. Republic Day is coming. 1st July. Trust me, there'll be action at Cactus Creek, and I'll be telling you more. Let me say a big thank you to Kwampa, Andrew, Metawasi. You guys were fantastic. I wish anybody who wants to do any event, please call Kwampa. They will make the event a thrill. Thank you very much, Kwampa.
Cactus Creek. It is no longer Ghana's best kept secret. It's an open secret. So serene, so heavenly. And the meals? Just like home cooking. Cactus Creek. Your soul will thank you. Call or WhatsApp 055-039-5007.
Listen to this. Studying in Canada, the US, you need to take some tests, GMAT, TOEFL, and all these tests. There's a technique and a formula to understand, take, and pass the test. And the only company that has the most or the highest number of Ghanaian students studying in the Canada and US is the Apex Hub. They have passed excellence. And everybody who has gone through Apex Hub has found the school, top Ivy League school in the US and in Canada. And the number to call them is
0244 829 955. 0244 829 955.
Apex Hub, your education destination.
Louisa. Azepa Essentials has good news for you. If you're in Takoradi and its environs, don't worry. You can pick up Azepa Essentials jacket at Ruler Unisex Boutique in Anaji, Takoradi, Queen of Peace in Takofo Road. Call or WhatsApp 0544 548766.
Pulse Fitness Center, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana. Meet the indefatigable captain.
There are 3 things that I love doing. Number 1, workout. Number 2, workout. Number 3, workout. Workout put mind, soul, and body together.
The captain has spoken.
We're getting busy. Bright lights, yeah, they make me dizzy. Logo liggy. I just want the Lizzie. It's a logo liggy. Uptown chasing for the Lizzie. Downtown, everybody busy. Logo liggy. Like we logo liggy. I just want the
Pulse Fitness Center, East Legon Branch, Lizzie Sports Complex, Cotton Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana, 0302 519 675. Kumasi branches, Officers Mess Branch, Denyame, Major Kobina Drive, Kumasi, 0541 871 602. Golden Tulip, Kumasi City Branch, Raintree Street, 0322 492 647. Pulse, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana.
Say what lie we for on town.
We're back. And yes, we have in the house right now, I'm talking to Reverend Cyril Crabbe, who has taken upon himself the onerous task of working with accident victims. Before we get into anything, tell me, have you been to an accident scene that actually shocked you? Because this position, when you're called, when accidents, you see it all the time. But is there one or two particular ones that strike you as very shocking?
It was when we returned from the trip, the conference, one of the biggest conference, the third ministerial conference on road safety in Sweden. I represented Ghana as the ambassador for accident victims and also road safety.
Okay.
So we were 9 in number, including the Minister of Transport. So when we came back, it was not long then the accident on the 9th March 2020, 2 cars crashed together and people got bent beyond recognition.
Bent
beyond recognition on the 9th of March 2020. And in fact, it became a national crime. So I had a call from the National Road Safety Authority to go to the scene, join the road safety partners there to go to the scene and check the victims. In fact, I was there for 4 days. I was there, and it was very, very disheartening. In fact, when you get there, it was a shock. It was at that time I realized that God had really called me for this, because the people were taken to the hospital, that is Jema Hospital, and at the hospital there was a total stench, and we're in COVID as well. So we have our nose masks on, and we have to go and then help the family of victims to identify their family members. Out of that family members, I saw a man who was looking for the wife. The wife
was in the accident?
Was in the accident.
So she was looking basically for her body.
Yes, for her body. And this man would have to go through the bodies looking for the wife. He couldn't find the wife though, because he was bent beyond recognition. The man came out crying. So we have to hold the man up. So in March, people identified their bodies and then we came back. But we have to bury them also in May. And so May, I went back to Tampo and joined with government to bury them on the 25th of May, same year. It was there I realized that human beings, we are nothing, but we need to help ourselves. That was where I realized that the calling for what I am doing now is very demanding, because no family member came. We didn't have all the family members coming. We have just a few. But this man who has the wife has 8 children, and the wife was coming from the north to come and then celebrate the 7th daughter was a 6th daughter birthday, which is on the 10th. And she got bent on the 9th.
Wow.
And here I find myself to counsel these people, to find solution for them. It was a very, very, very sad moment.
Wow. So So
I myself was traumatized. Myself, you have to go through a lot to counsel these people and to give them help. They are part of us now. In Kumasi, they are in Kumasi now. The girl who, because of her, the mother was coming and she got bent in that accident, today does not celebrate birthdays.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. So every 9th, I will call and I will make sure that she gets something on the 10th. I have to call the family all the time. They've been coming for my program. In fact, when we went for the wreath laying ceremony, because of them, I have to do a wreath laying ceremony for all the victims. That was where I was telling you that even the police was shocked that we couldn't find the grave of the 25 burnt victims. And the man
very, 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 very tragic. But let me talk about you as a person, right? Going through this, that must have some impact on you personally in terms of yourself. I mean, How has that affected you? There must be some things that you do that you probably ascribe to, because I've seen so much horror. Has it had any impact on you? Basically, that's what I'm asking.
Strong impact. Now, number one impact is for me to be an advocate also of kindness, to give everything, because you don't owe anything anymore. You don't owe anything anymore. All you have to do is to love humanity, and stand in the gap for people. The hatred, backstabbing, all this noise that we are making, the pomposity, that's the effect it has had on me, that you need to humble yourself. Because when you look at people who have gone bent beyond recognition, they have left their family behind, and they have no source of hope anymore. Like I said, almost every accident victim looks like they are very poor. They don't have it. It is hand to mouth, and even that is difficult. So now you need to now donate yourself to them.
Yeah.
And that's the effect it has had on me, that I now look unto humanity. It makes me to now stand more for humanity and give more, even if I have to give my life for these people. I don't owe anything anymore.
It's interesting because it has had more like a positive impact on who you are now, and how to your human relations has changed because of the experience. At this point, before we go any further, I think it's a good point. I want Ghanaians to understand that what you're doing is phenomenal, and you actually do need funds to help your foundation to move on. The name of the foundation is
Accident Victims Support.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Support Foundation.
Please, the two things that I want you to do now. First of all, you have an account with I think it's Prudential.
Prudential.
Yeah. You have the information that you can give out. We can put on TV now for anybody who wants to assist.
Sure.
Take the Prudential number, and then we'll take your Momo number as well for the accident victims. Okay.
Our mobile number is 0241 1234 30.
Say it again, please. Slowly.
0241 1234 30.
Okay. We're going to put it on the screen for people who want to support you with any Momo that can assist you. And for those who want to write you a check for Prudential Bank or something, the check will go to Accident Victims Support
Foundation.
Okay. I think it's very, very important that we showcase this, because it's tremendous what you're doing, and I think it is up to us as individuals to support what you're doing. We never know, and all we can say is, God forbid any of us or our relatives will get into some nasty accidents, and we may need help from you. So let us all support it. But what are some of the difficulties and challenges you face? Because this one, forgive my guy, but it's a really hard task. What are some of your...
Indeed, it's a Herculean one. I never realized it was Herculean than the day I came back from Sweden, and COVID hit. It was during COVID, we had one of the highest crashes in Ghana. We have 3,000 people dying at the end of the year, even when we're in COVID.
3,000.
And 50,000 people, 15,000 injured people, seriously injured people. Now, in all of the crashes in 2020, I visited them. That was when we realized that we have a challenge. We didn't have a car then, so I have to borrow somebody's car and pay in 9 months. And if I tell you the car, maybe I'll send you the video of the car, and you will laugh.
Please do. I want it today so I can show people.
I'll say it to you. It was very sad. It was very sad that we had such a car, and it was sold to us 15,000 Ghana cedi, a 27-year-old car, Honda. And I have to take 9 months to pay it, 15,000. But we have to visit all of these people. The interesting thing is that when they see me, they see accident victim support. The victims are relieved in the first place. Why? Because anytime I go to a hospital, I have at least not less than 1,000 Ghana cedi on me. So as I approach the situation and they cry, I part with 200, first one, 200, second one, 100, just to put on themselves. Because every crash victims would lose a wallet, a mobile phone, a tablet, or a bag.
People actually steal this from you?
Yes, people steal from crash victims. Yes.
Wow.
So you will lose virtually everything. Some of them even go to the extent of entering into your pocket. So as they are helping you, carrying you, they are setting you.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we need some money on them to buy something. Let us not forget that this can happen to anybody at all. We are all vulnerable. We are all vulnerable. So when I'm going, I carry some money with me. And the best thing also is that I carry prayer as a pastor. And I pray for them. I pray fervent prayers. I've had a situation where I pray for a little boy called Michael, 10 years. And his leg was broken. And they were about to operate on the leg. And to my surprise, the Lord healed the leg. And the doctor said, we don't have to operate anymore.
Wow.
Yes, Michael is alive now. He's walking on his leg all right. And that's as far back as 2012.
I'm sure in our next meeting, I'll let you bring him so that we can see Michael.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's the challenges we have is our operations, how to move, to be mobile. It's a big challenge, a very big challenge. Currently, we have an office at Sacramento. That's what we operate for. And we're trying to get a human. I told you about how people join us. They saw the way I sit on TV, and I'm always laughing. The reason is I meet very dire, difficult, traumatized situations. When you realize that this person does not need serious face, as he's also serious, but he needs you to have a smiling face and to speak to the person. So I always keep up a smiling face. It's deliberate. Because the things I see with my eyes, sometimes they can send you a video of a crash and you can't even look at it. You can't look at it for even 1 minute.
So gory. Yeah.
Very gory, very gory. I see at the point I saw the crashes to be very catastrophic. It was barbaric, especially when I saw the one at Sumu 2021 in October. Yes, 81 people badly injured, 14 people dead, 3 cars.
Wow.
And the bus will have to cut some of the people through. I mean, we went to the scene and you realize that this is a very bad thing. We moved to the hospital and they were lying on the floor. And then they said, Reverend, what are you going to do? What can I do?
Yeah.
But I say my prayers for them and I talk to the family. So first and foremost, the challenge is to be operational. And then the second challenge is the funding.
Yeah, I was going to get to that, how you funded. I mean, you get to the hospital, there are all these crash victims, you are giving out money. I know you've mentioned some key people who will assist you, but are you getting a regular flow of funding to nothing like that?
Nothing like that. In fact, practically I beg, I give pressure, especially when we have, the demand is very high and we don't have supply. So I have to take it upon myself. An interesting story. Some of the victims think that because I talk on TV like I'm doing to you, people automatically will be giving. So after there will be money that will be given to you. And so they think that anytime they call you, you should be able to help them.
Yeah.
But there is no funding like that. I've been on Joy News where they interviewed me with a victim. I brought a victim from Ashama, a woman whose leg was cut into 2. And after a year, yes, I went to visit the woman at the hospital. I continued to the house. The woman became very well. And I brought the woman to Joy News. Do you know that when we were there, people thought that because I brought the woman after that meeting, oh, then I'm a hit. I've got him money.
Wow.
And then put me, and everything said, oh, you have got TV, so, and I put, I've got TV, so you're selling with scammy pesca, all the money. Papa, we also for Bonipa, we also for Bonipa.
Oh, really? Wow. She thought the whole thing was something you had set up to extort money?
Exactly. And even me myself, it's interesting, sometimes very interesting to me, that I go on TV and you don't even get one person to send one city. One city. Yeah, it's very, very sad. And the victims, that's the mindset they have. And so anytime they call, they think that you should come and help them. To the extent that even scammers do call and they have, sometimes when I do a video call, you see that no, this one there, it's not an accident. It's just some tomatoes they place on themselves.
Oh, really?
Yes, in a
so they are coming, thinking that they'll get you to bring them some money.
Bring them some money. But I account for everything I give out, and I have to show pictures of everything that I do, because these are people who have really pushed them to support.
Yeah.
And support these people. I've had a victim who has kept me.
I don't mean to cut you off, but at some point you were also, should I say, the corporate pastor for Xylophone?
Yes.
And I read of an incident where they said you were going to make a donation. It was a very funny. Tell me about that story where they were expecting that you were a corporate pastor from Xylophone, so you were possibly coming with millions. And then what's the story? I thought it was
it was Namwan's birthday, and it was in May. And
Namwan's birthday.
Namwan's birthday, and usually Namwan's birthday we have service, church service, prayer service for him. And when we do that, we give donations, not donations, but offerings. Yeah. And when they give the offering, it was supposed to go to the corporate pastor of the company, which is my personal property. But the way every Xylophone person knows me already, that I was doing this before I was brought to Xylophone. It was one of the reasons why Xylophone employed me. So when we finished with the offering, I asked that at least we should send this money to the plastics hospital at Kolebu, because there was a little boy there who has been bent from the leg to the chest. Wow. And they have been there for about some months, and they needed money to support them. So when we collected this offering, I called them that we are coming. They said, oh, now one so forever. So the hospital have in mind that since it is now one, then all the is paid.
So the word was out that now one so for, but I've been making donations. Oh my goodness.
So it was going to be like Namwan himself, So they kept on calling, and the money we have was less than 2,000 Ghana cedi. Less than 2,000. I was given a corporate car with one person to join me to do the donation. In that setting, they thought that I was lying. It was a joke. So they added somebody to me. But we moved straight to the hospital. And even the person was like, hey, what's awful? The whole of the hospital were there to receive us with media men to take it that Namwan is coming to bail somebody out, an accident victim. And when we got there, I said, well, this is the money, and it was less than 2,000 Ghana cedi. That day, it was one of my worst moments. The insults, backbiting, and that day I was wearing a suit bigger than me. And one of the next instruction is shoot to be a chef. But I told them that we will come back to it. Indeed, let me say this, that Namwan wanted to help when he heard that. But there was so much that came across. So we couldn't even have our second meeting as to how we can help this particular boy. I remember he asked that he wants to see me, so we talk about it. But we couldn't meet. Till today, I don't know if he's going to call for that meeting, but that was what happened. You know,
I just thought I'll throw that in because it's some light stuff to end on. But honestly, Cyril, you have done extremely well. Not you have done, no, you are doing extremely well. And I'm glad that many have gotten to hear about what you're doing on this platform. And I really, really, really hope that people who are listening will come to your aid and really help set you up. I know you have many other plans, but I just for now wanted to concentrate on what you're doing now and how best we can help you. So one more time, I'm putting on the Momo numbers on the screen for you to see. This is the Momo number. And if you want to write a check, you write it to Accident Victim Support. Is it support or support foundation?
Yeah, Accident Victims with the S, victims.
Okay. So, Sarah, I'm really, really, really trusting that you're going to get many people who come in to support, right? Including myself. And so, thank you very much for sharing your time with us. Revo! I like a Revo. You look cool, pal.
I was telling you that when I was growing up, I wanted to be like you because Ed Murphy was one of my people I look up to. and I do stand up. In fact, when I'm preaching, you will love it. You will love it. It comes with a lot of...
I'll get you to do a little bit of routine for me the next time we meet. But for now, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time and the effort and everything. And like I say, you're doing a phenomenal job. And I leave you nothing but the blessings of God.
Amen. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful also. May the Lord bless you. Thank you so much. On behalf of all accident victims, I say KSM, may God deliver you from accident. It's not a good thing. May God deliver you and may God continue to deliver you from accident. And may God keep you and keep your family and keep your show running. God bless you once again. I'm most grateful.
Amen. And on that note, Ghanaians, let me say, finally, we have listened to a great story. Let us support as much as we can. But in the meantime, in between time, as I always say when I end the show, I am out of. Let the whole world say, cheers.